Hello gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tenek127 and welcome back to another video. Now before we get into today's video guys, I do want to give a special thank you and a special shout out to Crate Entertainment for sponsoring today's video. And man, it is finally here. For those who don't remember, I made a video on this game probably, I'm going to say 2 or 3 years ago now. It was an action RPG that was supposed to come to Xbox One a while back and has just been suffering from inevitable delays, a lot of silence from the developer team, but we finally just recently got a random shadow drop last Friday for Grim Dawn. Now I do apologize that this video is coming to you guys so late. I was getting some new internet installed and stuff like that. I had a little bit of a family emergency going on too, so I do apologize that this video is a bit on the late end, but Grim Dawn is finally here on Xbox, and it's the big boy edition that comes with every expansion and all of the goodies that have released literally since the PC version dropped. So that's right, Xbox is on par with the current version of the PC build, or at least to my knowledge. If there's any new content that's recently came out on PC or something new that's been recently added that's not on Xbox, do forgive me because I'm not fully up to date with that version of the game, but from what I know, everything is here that is currently on PC. You have all 8 of the classes: the Oathkeeper, Necromancer, Inquisition, the Shaman, the Arcanist, the Nightblade, the Oculist, and the Demolitionist. All the classes are here. The weapons, the different expansions, all the fun goodies that you expect from Grim Dawn. There's online multiplayer, 4-player co-op, the expansions, just the whole 9 yards of content is here, and you can grab it on the Xbox store right now for $49.99. Now, the question you're probably wondering is this version of Grim Dawn worth your money? What does it include? Are there any benefits? Does it run on the next-gen consoles and everything? Well, we're here to talk about that in today's video. So first and foremost, optimization, the benefits, what kind of versions of it are available and stuff like that. There's strictly only an Xbox One version of Grim Dawn as of right now. I have reached out to the developers on a comment for a next-gen version, but I haven't got a response yet. But one would assume that, since this is a game that's constantly expanded on, I would assume that they plan to make a next-gen version of this game eventually. But seeing as, how much trouble they had getting the console version out and, how long this version's been delayed, I would be realistic and expect it to take a while. What is Grim Dawn? That's probably, your big next question. Grim Dawn is a isometric action RPG, and it is a very special isometric action RPG. You guys want to know why? This game has one little feature that I have loved and come to appreciate that isn't in a lot of isometric games nowadays. You ready for this? You can move the camera wherever you want. You can zoom in and out, and you can turn left and right. And that's delicious. I know that sounds like the stupidest thing in the world to some people, but I kid y'all not. Every time I play Diablo, Path of Exile, or any other isometric game, games where you can't in both of those games you can zoom in, of course, but there's a lot of games where you just can't turn the camera with the isometric view, and it drives me bonkers. And the fact that this game allows you to do that is a wonderful thing. But like I said, think Diablo, Path of Exile, and things like that. You know what to expect from your typical isometric action RPG. Now, how does it run on Xbox compared to PC? From the footage I have seen from the PC versions, they are pretty identical, but do keep in mind this is an Xbox One version of the game. Now, on the next-gen consoles, you guys will actually see the Xbox One version running on the Xbox Series S. So my experience may be a bit more optimized than, somebody running it on Xbox One. Just a heads up, but I was able to do things, like fight large mobs of enemies and stuff like that while casting spells. I didn't get any crashes. I didn't get any frame dips or anything like that. But like I said, my experience is on the Xbox Series S, so do take that for what it's worth. I have not played this game on an original Xbox One console, Xbox One S or Xbox One X. I have played it on a next-gen only console, so if you're playing the Xbox One version on a next-gen console, I can guarantee you no frame dips, no issues, regardless of how much stuff is going on with this on the screen. Now me, I'm a guy who's not a fan of motion blur, camera shaking, all that stuff. So I also have all of that turned off, so you guys can also see here in this video, everything you're seeing is just raw gameplay. There is no weird effects to like, you know, shake things up or blur the picture a bit, you know, to avoid frame drops. No, I'm not a fan of those kind of things. The game is it's pretty well voice acted. There's a lot of voice acting in the game, which I did find, you know, to be a pretty big turn on, but that is a common thing in most action RPGs I have played. There's a lot of class, weapon, and build variety, which I do like to see in this game. One thing I was really curious of, were there any great swords in the game? And the funny thing is, I actually pick up one during the gameplay you guys are looking at right now. The current level cap, or at least the level cap of the first main story quest, is 50. I don't know how high the level cap of the game expands upon there, but one thing I do appreciate about this game is it's not one of those seasonal action RPGs where every season comes out, you make a new character, and, you know, you're just working your way through the same old content. No. This is one of those games where you build a character, you start on one story, and the game keeps expanding and expanding and expanding, and you just keep making that character better and better and better and better with the new systems that come out. You have classes, a bunch of skill trees, all kinds of different abilities and stuff like that, all kinds of different gear, loot, and things you can do to customize your build, and there are a lot of abilities and like subclass stuff and all kinds of different things you can switch up and change in this game. There's a lot to work here, and honestly guys, I'm not going to sit here and act like an expert about it. That's why I have not made a beginner's guide on this game yet, because I find the amount of stuff here that they got available a bit overwhelming. I'm not going to lie. If you're new to the action RPG scene, this may be a bit overwhelming to you at first, but once you get used to it, there is a ton of customization to be had here. Once I get through probably the first expansion, that's when I'll go ahead and make a beginner's guide for this game for you know, anybody who's interested in playing it or wants to, you know, get more in depth into it. But like I said, there is 4-player co-op multiplayer. The game's a lot of fun. The combat feels great. The particle effects are pretty. These spells look awesome. The story is very grim, hence the name Grim Dawn. Haha. But, you know, honestly guys, it's just, the game's a ton of fun. I don't have any complaints at the moment, but however, I have not worked my way completely through the game, nor have I experienced endgame yet. So do please keep that in mind. It is strictly a first impressions and not a review. But anyway guys, let me know how you are feeling about Grim Dawn down in the comments below, and if you plan on checking it out, let me know. But anyway, y'all enjoyed today's video, smash that like button. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out. If you're new here, subscribe. Have a good one.